Oh, check it out, check it out. We on here popping. So we got a 10-piece popping. Let us know where you're from and what's popping here. So tonight, the ladies are back. The children, baby, woo, at therapeutic value of one child helping another, no doubt about it. 57 popping. So help us share this out. If you would, share it out for us and let us know, where you're from. Your clean, sober date, whatever you're feeling tonight. Everybody's welcome. We're accepting you where you're at in life today. 107 on here popping. We got 7 hearts going. So Rachel and Jayla's right here next to me. I'll get out the way. We got Sammy up top, Riley at the bottom. We're gonna do what we do. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see these 3 young ladies' videos. Really heart-piercing, touching videos, man, about the harm that we cause as parents in active addiction. Ben Fisher in the house. Glad you're here. Amanda, glad you're here. Lisa Dan, how you doing? Indiana style. All right. Liberty, Kentucky. Tiffany down there in Liberty. Debbie Jasper in the house. Oh, the one, the only, the myth, the legend right through here. Tim Ryan in the house. That's my man. 100 grand. Don't play about it. Be about it. Here we come. So we're excited, man. Again, let me put something up real quick. I'm on the right thing here. Yeah, boom. Let us know where you're from. Rachel's going to be facilitating. Well, I think all the ladies are facilitating. Laura Beth and Erica, you guys are going to facilitate. Keep them in line. Did you hold them accountable today, ladies? The children?
Yes.
What did Sammy get in trouble for today? Go ahead and share.
She's sitting here pinching me at the moment. I had to tell her to quit.
Pinching you. I was fixing your neck.
So I'm going to get out the way and let you guys do what you do. Yeah, let us know where you're from, guys. See where we're streaming out to. And if you would, one time, baby, whoop, don't play about it, be about it. Hashtag turn Jesus up, huh? No doubt, no doubt. You clean and sober day. Hold on, I'm going to get out the way. I got to run somewhere. Here we go. All right, so I'm moving right now. And the comments are popping. All right. Thank you guys for coming tonight. I really appreciate your message. Is a beautiful message, much needed. Again, that therapeutic value of one child helping another and to grow. We're not alone, You guys killed it. Do your thing. Love y'all.
All right, you hop right up there.
Help us share this out, y'all. You need some coffee?
Yes, please.
All right. Get it in.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee at 9:00 at night.
That's all right.
It's good to keep me going. It's been a rough, long day.
Drink some water.
So how are you girls?
Good.
Good. I'm good.
So Riley, I heard you started cheerleading practice.
Well, I actually went to one and I decided that I wasn't going to do it this year and that I was going to sit out this year and maybe do it next year because I'm taking some hard classes and so, yeah. I've always been the type of person whose school comes first, so.
There you go.
I'm
That's a smart girl.
this year.
And then all of a sudden they just
And Sammy?
I want basketball to start.
She's ready for basketball to start.
Are you?
Yeah. We don't start school until like 2 weeks or something.
Are you so ready to start?
Yeah.
Do y'all get to do in person or do you have to do virtual?
They're going to do virtual for a couple weeks
Like 2.
and then they have 3 different choices. They can do a hybrid, which they go so many days a week, 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week the following week. Or they can do complete virtual or complete in person.
That's what Woodford gave Jayla the option of. But she don't care virtual or in person. She's just ready to be around her friends and teachers.
No, I want to go in person.
That's what I said.
That's what Sammy said too.
Me too.
Yeah, y'all need to socialize, huh?
Yeah.
Erica, do you want to explain a little bit about what the celebration of the new life what we talked about on the phone?
Yes. So you have your clean date, your 30 days, your 60 days, your 90 days, up until your 1 year. And, when you get back with your children, those are dates that are very important, not only to you, but to them. So maybe do some things in celebration of like the new family life that you have with your kids or with your extended family, your parents, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, whatever. So you do something special, and it doesn't have to be anything big. You just create something that you do, whether it be like a game night for the family or a cookout or a craft, or maybe that's the one night a month that you go out to eat with your family, just a celebration up to that 1 year each month. And then once you hit 1 year, you do it like a birthday celebration every year. And it's something that your kids kind of help you celebrate, and you celebrate with them, this turn that you've taken to make things better for not only your life but theirs.
Oh, Mama.
Whoops.
Hi, Miss Janet.
Jayla's bus monitor's on here and she got really excited. So yeah, sorry. So kind of learning healthy things to do with your children, and my mind just went completely blank.
You kind of create okay, so as parents, we want to overcompensate. We want to make it for those mistakes that we made, whether they be something very little or something
Right.
huge. So instead of making it for those mistakes by buying them things, which we're all guilty of, and trying to overcompensate that, showing our love, all our kids want and all our family wants is just time, just a little of our time to show that, hey, I love you. I can take part of my day, part of my time, and spend it with you, and overcompensate with time instead of materialistic things, because those materialistic things, they go away easily and they can be replaced, and our lives can't. So it kind of helps kids really teach them family values, and that it's important to be there. And I'm sure that I can speak for all the other kids, but I know Sammy, and my other kids, they just want time with us. That's all they want is our time. And you can take little things, and make traditions like making salt dough ornaments every year. Or I know one year my kids and I, we didn't have a whole lot, so we strung popcorn and kicked cereal and put it on the Christmas tree. And to me that was so silly and it was embarrassing, but they remember that, and that's what they love to do. The ornaments,
Yeah.
and the stringing of the popcorn or the kicked cereal, it's really hard to do, but they love it. And it was just the time and the laughs, the memories that you're making with them that they enjoy more.
Yeah, absolutely. I can remember a time when I first got Jayla back, and I just had overnight visits with her, and we sat on the couch watching a DVD, because it was all I had was a DVD player and a little square old school TV, and we watched Home, which is the cutest little family movie if y'all have ever seen it. But all I had was a box of macaroni and cheese. Like, that was it. And I felt so guilty because that was all I had to feed her. And I'm sitting here beating myself up as I'm making this box of macaroni and cheese. Like, I can't even afford to go get her a $3 Happy Meal. Like, I have no money to go buy her something healthy or good to eat. And I make this box of mac and cheese, and I just put it in one big bowl, and I go and sit on the couch with her. And I got 2 spoons, and we sat here and ate out of this huge bowl, this mac and cheese. And she will still talk about that to this day, that it was the best night of her life. And here I am sitting right next to her, beating myself up because I couldn't give her more. But now the overcompensation for times like that,
Mm-hmm.
It will lead to entitlement in our children if we're not careful, because I feel so guilty if I tell her no. If she asks me something and I tell her no, like, the guilt will eat at me, but it's false guilt. She has everything she needs.
Right.
She doesn't have to have it once.
That subconscious thought of, I have to give to her because I didn't before.
Yeah. Yeah. Lori, can you relate?
Actually, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's interesting that this is brought up first, because last night Riley's little sister, who is 8, just turned 8, actually sat me and Riley down in the living room and basically said, "Hey, I want you all to spend more time with me. That's what I want." And she kind of explained it and it made sense, because her dad was who she was the closest to. when he was here, and she spent a lot of time with him because I worked a lot and we were busy. And she kind of just came out and said, I feel like I don't have anybody to spend time with anymore. And so that, I mean, you're right. Kids just want your time. They don't want things.
Absolutely. And that's why me and Andrew talk about that. How you go to jail, what are they taking from you? Your time. Because it's the most important thing, it's the most valuable thing that you can give someone or take from someone. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get in these comments. Jayla, you want to tell them what to say? What's a hashtag? You said you would. Now she's freezing up on me, y'all.
I don't know what was I supposed to say?
Hashtag get off me, devil. Bop, bop. Is that good for you? I can't find it on here, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
There we go. Okay, I got it working. Woohoo! So, I wanted to kind of ask the girls, since this is all about them, what types of things they enjoy, what means the most that we do with them and for them. Sammy, you want to start?
Jayla, you want to start?
You
Jayla.
can start.
I'll start. Okay, so what do I most
What means the most? Like, what do you enjoy doing with your family?
Okay.
Mom, dad, stepdad in this case. What do you like doing? What brings you the most joy?
What brings me the most joy is like when we all go on like short rides through the country, or we go to Midway and we go on a walk or something like that, and we all go out to eat and we all laugh, and yeah, and then sometimes me and Mom, and like sometimes it's just not all the time, but it doesn't really happen that much. But me and Mom will go sit on the couch and we'll look on the TV for a movie. And the other, like, I guess it was like 2 weeks ago, around 2 weeks ago, we found a movie that I used to watch all the time when I was little, and it's called a Goofy movie, and I used to watch it all the time when I lived at my grandma's house. And yeah, we sat there and watched that, and then yeah, so that's what I most enjoy.
So little things like that. And I mean, none of that cost an arm and a leg. You know what I mean? A ride through the country, a movie night on the couch.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, my like favorite things to do is like if we all get around the table or something and start playing Uno or like a card game or a board game. It's just you get the laughs and it's so fun. And this happens like almost every night from the past 2 weeks. My mom will be sitting on the couch watching Grey's Anatomy, and then I'll just come sit on it and watch with her. I just like the non-materialistic things that I do with my family.
Sammy's real big on, which we eat at the table when we all eat dinner, and Sammy's really big on that. She wants to, we have to do that. And it's, everybody shares what they did today, or
No phones.
no phones, we laugh. And just kind of pick on each other in a fun, loving way, just to see how everybody's doing and laugh and spend that time together. And she'll say, when we're cooking, she'll say, Mom, are we eating at the table? Like we've not eaten there any time other. She does. That's her thing. We got to eat at the table, and we have to tell everybody good night. Everybody has to say good night, love you, even if you're not at home. It's a phone call or a FaceTime, because that's
text,
or
anything.
Anything.
Or both.
That's just what we do. That's how we have to do it. And I can go to bed, and she's texting me before she goes to sleep. Good night, Mom. Love you.
Oh,
That's what
I've already
Mom
done it.
does.
yeah.
When she's too lazy to get out of the bed. Good night, love you, say your prayers.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into a routine where we actually are hitting our knees together every night. Jasper will join in sometimes, but a lot of times he's just like, no, I'm watching my phone. But a lot of time I'm trying to get into that routine where it's every night, you know, and now it's to the point where if I don't, I'm like, man, feel guilty. Text her, hey, I love you. Don't forget to say your prayers. So then I'm like, knowing I'm in here saying mine and she's in there saying hers. So, but the dinner table is huge for Jayla too, Sammy. She absolutely loves
Mandatory.
it. We can't get Andrew to put his phone down at the dinner table, but we're working on it. So it's a work in progress.
Don't feel bad. There's some days I'm on the phone too, just because of work. But and Samuel will say, "Mom, what's wrong? Is everybody okay?" Because it's it's usually something going on with work. But she asks, "Is everything okay?" And then we go right back into conversation. So
There's something wrong if somebody's on the phone. I mean, and I remember right after my dad passed away, we would do this nightly thing. We would go in the bedroom in my mom's room and we would just sit on the bed and pray. It was right before my dad passed away. I started like feeling, I don't know what it was. I guess it was like a crazy spirit or something that, I don't know. It was like right before he died, I felt something was wrong. I don't know. And we would just pray and together, bow our heads, pray together, hug, and I loved it.
Yeah. That's that gut feeling. They call it a woman's intuition.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
And I learned, I was working at this IOP and I learned that that's really like where your soul is. A lot of people think that your soul is like up here in your head, but it's like more in the center of your body, like where your gut would be, you know?
Mhm.
That's why it's called a gut feeling.
Yeah.
I swear I had a gut feeling. I was like, something is wrong. And something was wrong.
What was that for fun with Russell?
It's amazing the things that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Just daily.
What about you, Miss Riley? What do you?
Well, me and my mom, we've always been super close and we do a lot of things together. But one of the biggest things is we love romance comedy movies. And so we always watch movies together, like almost every night we're watching a movie and then we'll have like big debates about it and our opinions on it. It's super funny and we get really into it and I love it. And it's just like
That sounds fun.
Yes, and have a lot of fun. We go on rides a lot and go get ice cream and things like that. And I remember when she would work at the hospital, she worked like a lot. She worked all the time, and it was like I hardly got to see her, but it was like the little times that she was off, we would be doing something. We'd be watching a movie or go for a drive. Even if she didn't feel like it, she'd always made sure that she was spending time with us and making up for that time. And I remember some of the things I liked with my dad was he was a really outdoorsy person, and I used to not be. I used to hate going outside. But because he liked going outside, I kind of decided to go outside more and be kind of like an outdoorsy person just so I could spend time with them. And so we used to go hiking and camping and hiking, and it was like those things that I look back on and they make me really happy because those were just really fun times, and I wish it was still like that, and I wish we still did those things, but yeah, it was just little things like that. They just made me really happy.
Yeah. We went yesterday. That reminds me, we went to Lake Cumberland yesterday and we're on this boat. Okay. Andrew's driving. Yeah, I know. We were freaking out too, but we were on this boat and, Jasper and Jayla, and I was just looking around at my kids and at Andrew, and everybody was just having a grand old time. And I thought back when I was a child, the only time I remember being on a boat was with my mom and dad, and they were drinking. And I was so grateful that I was present, like all the way present, in that moment, because I really soaked it in. And nobody fell overboard. My kids were safe. Like I didn't have to worry about getting too drunk and, somebody getting hurt. Like it was just so much gratitude and such a beautiful day. Like, it will definitely go down in the memory books, right?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah. It was super fun. It was my first time tubing too. And like, I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck today.
Yeah, I went.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Me and Micaiah, I can't speak. Me and Micaiah were planning on going together, but what's his name? Andrew's friend that was letting us
Mike.
Mike only had the tube he had only can fit one person. So we were trying our best to try and fit on the tube together, but we couldn't. So I went first by myself, and he went fast. And every time I went over those waves, my stomach just like dropped. And I was just like, stop. And every time I said stop, he kept going faster. And I'm just like, oh no.
He was definitely brave. She did it before I did it. So
Yeah.
I've never been tubing.
What'd you say?
I've never been tubing.
You haven't?
Every time we would go to the lake, I would be too small. Too small, you're gonna fall off.
Well, maybe that's something we can plan together
Yeah.
before it gets cold.
Yeah.
But imagine he only has a one-person tube, so you don't have to go by yourself.
Yeah.
It makes you super sore the next day. I know I'm always
I
super
felt
sore.
like right here, and my back and my ankles are like. They're so sore.
Mhm.
Well, you got to think it's just like you're holding on for dear life and
Yeah.
it's just flinging your poor little body all around.
I feel like I would just be crazy and just let go. I'd be so
You'll
scared.
fall off.
No, that's
Yeah.
what Mom did. She literally just gave up.
Yeah, because I couldn't take the beating anymore. I was like, I just let go.
You actually let go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can let go. Yeah.
Okay.
But we
You
need to
wanna
But then if you let go, it's like lose because you're stuck in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
How'd you get back? Did
They
they
come
go
and
get
get
you?
you.
Oh.
But the thing is, there's only fish, and fish don't have teeth, so they just nibble at you. It doesn't really hurt that bad, and they're more scared of you. Then,
But
yeah, I
it's-
just want
Yeah.
fish.
It's things like that, though, the laughs and the fun times that you will always remember, and your kids always remember. Like, I remember things from when I was a kid doing with my grandparents that was the silliest things ever. We would, and it's crazy that you remember those. So you sit back and you think, so what can I make those memories with my kids or the rest of my family?
I went to the beach with one of my best friends, and we were out in the ocean, and we were looking for shells, and I just randomly see this giant shell, and I'm like, I think there's a clam in it, but I don't know. So I just picked it up, and I was like, I found a giant shell. And then later that day, we went night swimming, and then a fish started nibbling at my toes. It felt
Yeah.
weird.
They just go like this. They don't have any teeth, so
They
it
just
doesn't-
go.
Yeah.
It
still
feels like they're
scary.
tickling you.
Yeah. It just tickles.
Mm. It's like a weird tickle.
Mhm.
Let's give some shout outs. Lori Waters. My kids just wanted me, but I was too selfish. Absolutely. Bev Holly. Hey, Bev.
Is that like the Bev?
I'm not sure if you met her or not.
Oh.
Do y'all see anybody on here you guys know?
Mm-mm.
Janet, Cliff,
Kelly Maureen.
Beth.
Sarah C.
There's
Okay, everybody. Let's if you would for me, hashtag let God in and win. I'm gonna do it real quick.
Mm. Yeah, I don't see anybody.
anyways.
Erica, what is your sobriety date?
I'm not in recovery. I was,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Mom, duh.
but we kind of we don't so much anymore celebrate anything. But when we first left and it was just the kids and I, we would celebrate each for a little bit. Hey, this is our new start. So we did that for a little while. Now we just kind of have things that we do. Sammy and my husband, they are basketball fanatics. He coaches, she plays. So they're not getting their together time like they used to with that, but hopefully soon. So we all have our little nights that we do together. We've got the sports, we've got the kids that don't play sports. So we're all doing something, and we mainly our thing is being outside or in the living room watching TV piled up.
I forgot to tell one of the things that I love doing is during the summertime, we would move the cars from the basketball goal, and then we would all play a game or two of horse, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Horse, yeah. I remember playing that when I was little.
It's a basketball thing.
Yeah, I don't think Jayla's ever played it.
You shoot, the first person goes, you shoot, and if you make it, the other person has to shoot it exactly from where you were. And if they don't make it, they get like an H. Say they make it, then the next person has to shoot it from there.
Oh, okay.
If you miss the shot somebody else took, you get a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
but-
spell the word, you lose.
Yeah, and also if you miss the shot that you take, the other person gets like a free shot. They get to choose where they want to shoot. That's what I meant to say.
It's really fun.
Mhm.
It is.
But
yeah, we used to play horse and I always lost.
Me too. That's what I was getting ready to say. I was always
Always
the first
lost.
loser. Always spelt it first.
It would always end for like me, my stepdad, and then my 6 foot tall brother. And I'm like, this is not fair. I'm obviously going to lose.
I want to see you play basketball, Sammy. You look like you'd be pretty good.
Well,
She does do pretty good. She does do pretty good. We're looking forward to playing. I think they're trying to see what they can do now, actually, in there on the couch. As far as getting something together with all the COVID things going on and all the stipulations that you have and the restrictions. So I know
Yeah.
she's not actually been on the ball court in several months. So she said she's probably a little rusty, but she thinks she'll be okay.
I'm a rusty nail.
Yeah. You got to believe in yourself, girl. You got so many people that believes in you. You got to believe in yourself.
That's right.
And one
Wear
other
that
thing-
confidence. So
One
you
other
wanna, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, another thing is that when I play basketball and we go practice or something, I just feel like I have my alone time without all my siblings and stuff. Like I feel like I have my alone time with my stepdad, and I just like to have alone time with my parents and my sisters and my brother and my grandparents. And that's one of the things that I like too.
Yeah, I know Jayla definitely could agree with you. She likes it when it's just all about her. Yeah.
Not in a selfish way, but like,
Yeah.
I do dance class, and that got pushed away because Corona. So
I want to do dance, but like, I don't know.
I mean,
Competition.
I'm better at just doing. I'm better at like doing hip hop and jazz.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
I
do.
just hate doing it in front of like people I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
You
you know,
know,
want to do a recital. T Bass is on here. Hi.
Hi, T-Bass.
And what was I saying?
You were going to do a recital.
Oh, we're gonna do a recital, but it was like Aladdin. It was like an Aladdin recital, Aladdin hip hop dance recital or something. Yeah.
If I ever do dance,
And
I would probably do
TikTok. Oh yes, I'm a TikTok queen.
I was
Yes, my mom is TikTok famous.
Really?
really
I want to see that.
I have like 800
TikTok. I'll start you an adder.
She has like 11,000 followers, and she has like how many views on that one video?
What?
Almost 1 million views on one video.
Well,
I
she's a
don't know.
brave woman because I'm not getting on TikTok.
What's her
I
account?
have like 800 followers. That's not even. What the heck?
Wow.
What's your
I'm gonna have to
account?
get on there and
like-
look at you, Lori Beth.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. Get with,
Trent.
hold on. Hey, Lori, we can't hear you. You got to scoot up closer to the mic when you talk.
Oh, wow. I think it must be my voice. You hear me now?
Did you say? We can't hear you.
I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you hear Raleigh?
Yeah, I
Can
can.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear y'all both now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Now it went back out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to get with you about your TikTok. Trent Abbott, hi. Love Trent. Do
Hi.
you guys remember Trent? Did y'all get to meet him at the event?
I did. Did you?
The guy with the motorcycle.
I
That's how
think
Jasper remembers him. Sammy, do you want your mom shared with me something the other day that was really, really, really sweet of you?
Oh.
Oh,
Will you share about it?
the homeless guy?
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were driving and we had just went to Fazoli's. I was starving. And I was really hungry, so we just went to Fazoli's. And we waited in the line for like really long and we got our food. And then we were going off the exit. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, thanks.
We're going off the exit ramp thing. And then I saw this man. He had a sign and it said, homeless, anything helps. So I got my food out of my bag of my food and I gave it to him. I gave it to my mom and I said, give this to this guy. He's homeless and he needs food. And I could tell he was really homeless because as soon as I gave it to him, he sat down and ate it. Like right away.
She kept saying I had on sunglasses. She said, "Mom, are you crying?" I said, "No, no."
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
did get teary-eyed because she said everybody has to have love. You have to love everybody. And I said, "That's true. That's very true." And she said, "But Mom, you don't know if they're really hungry. You just don't give them money. You give them their food." And when she pulled that food out of that bag and it was still warm when she handed it to me, she said, "I'll eat something at home. It's okay." The exit ramp in Corbin. We drove from London to Corbin.
I was like, what?
Oh, was that a comment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It says
I
the
clicked
answer.
off the comment for a minute. Yeah, just such a selfless act.
I did tell her, I was like, Sammy, you're so selfless. And she said, I'm not selfish. I said, no, selfless. And she goes, oh, okay.
I was like, I'm so sad I ate my cheesecake because I was going to give him my cheesecake, but I had already ate it.
Aww.
I didn't know he was standing there, so I was going to give him my cheesecake, but I had already ate it.
Wow, girl, that's brave of you because that's Fazoli's. That's my jam. Fazoli's
I was
is my
super
jam.
excited too because I had this new thing that I really wanted to try, and I was trying the ravioli.
I've never tried the ravioli.
We
But you know what? You really blessed that man that day. You really blessed him. Like you could have been the only person who showed him any love that day.
Yep.
we were apologizing because we didn't have anything to drink to give him because we didn't order drinks because we had drinks at home. But he said he had water, so I was like really glad that he had something to keep his body going.
Yeah. That's such a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's her older sister actually. When she was 2 or 3, her and I were out, and it was cold. It was snowing, and over by Walmart there was this woman sitting, and she had a couple of bags, and she was sitting there, and you could tell she was cold. Well, Chloe rolled her window down and gave the woman her blanket outside her window. And I was telling Sammy that a while back about it, and she said, her blanket? She gave her blanket? And I said, yeah. She said, do you really think that the woman took it? I said, yes, she took it and covered up with it. And Sammy's that kid. If she sees a homeless person, we got to help them. We got to help them, Mom. You know, 'cause
Well, we had one year after my birthday party, we had some leftover food and pizza, and we gave them like a box of pizza and then the leftover drinks that we had.
at the park.
Huh?
At the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in a parking lot one night. Jayla was only about 6 or 7, and this guy was living in his car in the parking lot. And she kept, you know, looking over at him. We were parked waiting on, I believe, Andrew to walk out of the store, but we're sitting there, and she keeps looking over there. And she's like, Mom, what's he doing? You know, 50 million questions. What's he doing? Why does he live in his car? Well, he don't have a house. And she didn't understand at the time. When we go to pull off, I turn around and she's just back there bawling, crying.
Aw.
I felt so bad, wanted so bad to do something for this man. You know,
Oh,
just the innocence and the purity of their hearts. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. They don't judge. They don't care, you know, why this man's homeless, if he's on drugs. They don't even look at none of that. That's not the first thought. The first thought that comes to their mind is, what can we do to help this person?
Mhm.
To help this person.
I never think when I'm going to help anyone, I never think anything wrong about them. I just give them what they need. And if I have food with me, but if I don't only have money with me, I'll give them money. But normally if I have food, I'll give them food instead of money, just in case.
Adults could learn from you guys. You know what I mean? Because we're quick to think, he's probably going to spend it on drugs anyway. So that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that doesn't matter.
What they use it for is not something that we really. I mean, we think about it as adults, but kids, they don't think about it. It's all innocent. You know, like as adults, we make these these little tiny problems into huge problems, and we stress out over it. But if you sit and you talk to a child about that same problem, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. This is, you know, it's small. It's so small.
Yeah, and if we're looking at what they're going to do with it, then we need to look at why we're giving it in the first place. You know what I mean? We're powerless over that. Riley, do you have any experience with anything like that?
Yeah, I was actually, I was probably about 11 years old, and I was really into like squishies. I was going through a squishy phase, and I went to the dollar store to buy some, and I think I had like $5 on me, and I saw this man sitting right out the door, and everyone who walked by, he kept saying, like, do you have any work I could do for you for a cheeseburger? I'll do anything. I just need a cheeseburger, you know, anything. I'm so hungry. And everybody was just kind of like passing him by. And, you know, it was like sometimes, you know, you feel like almost like God's telling you to do something. You know, he's convicting you to do something. And I went in the store and, you know, I just kept thinking about it. And then I decided, I was like, you know, I don't need squishies or whatever. This man needs food. And so I remember I went back out and I gave him my money, and he was like, do you have any work I can do? And I said, no, just take the money. And he said, no, I'm not taking money from a child, and I'm not taking it if you don't have anything for me to do. And I said, no, I want you to take it. And so I basically made him take it, and, you know, it really made my heart hurt. But at the end of the day, it made me feel, you know. Oh, yeah, we saw him at McDonald's, was it? Oh, Burger King. We saw him in Burger King afterwards.
Really? Oh.
So you really needed it for food.
Yeah, and it made me just feel so happy that, you know, he wasn't going to go hungry that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll have food in his stomach and he'll be able to sleep.
Angie Pina, always pay it forward. Amen.
I've always tried to tell my kids that if they feel God talking to them, they should listen.
If what?
I don't know. I must have an odd voice. For
No, that's perfect. Don't move. Just talk.
I just always have told all my kids, if they hear that voice, God telling them to do something, But they should absolutely do it. And like you said, it doesn't matter what they do with that money. If God's telling you to give it to them, it's not your concern what they do with it afterward. You know,
Right.
your concern should be following the conviction and following what God tells you to do. And, you know, I just always tell them to do that, because if you don't listen to that voice, you will think about it forever.
Yeah.
Like, I still have times in my life when I didn't listen to that voice, and I regret it.
It's obedience, you know, to the Lord. And at the end of the day, your walk with the Lord matters. You know, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So if you're obedient and listen to him, he already knows what that person's going to do with the money.
Absolutely.
But that's not what he's telling you. He's not telling you to go figure out or find out what they're going to do with the money or follow them after you give it to them, you know. He's just saying give it. That's awesome, man. That is so beautiful. Yeah, we got 3 little ladies here with hearts, big old hearts. Hearts of gold.
Mom, I'm freezing.
You're cold?
That's what I was trying to get Chloe to get me. I get cold when I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous though.
Are you
Feel
nervous?
Soft.
What are you nervous for?
I'm not nervous.
You guys tie Andrew and Jasper up. Actually, Jasper's been on one. I get home from work today, and I'm about to put Andrew on blast. I get home from work. Jayla's gone. I walk in and I hear like his phone, YouTube, like on full blast. So I'm like, why is his volume all the way up like that? I walk in the living room and he's sitting in the middle of the living room with a huge bag of the white cheddar popcorn. And Andrew's just laying on the couch asleep, snoring. And I'm like, what? He's got like the popcorn sprinkled all over the living room floor. And he just looks up and is like, hi, Mommy. Hi. So, yeah, I had to put Andrew on blast because I'm like, I feel like I'm Superwoman today. Seriously. Like, after tubing, we get home last night. I am only running on God's strength. Like, only. It is not my own today. But I wanted to talk about that too, like how moms are like superwomen. Like, we have to push and push and push and push and push from the time we open our eyes to the time we lay down at night and close them.
That's exactly right. That's what we do here, and even beyond that, my phone rings all throughout the night, different times, and we don't hesitate, pick it up and see what's going on. It usually works, but the kids understand it, and I'm always like, with my husband and my kids, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go to work, and it's okay, we understand. Go help somebody. And as soon as I walk back through the door, Sammy's usually sitting there. Mom, is everything okay? Just to make sure.
Yeah. Kayla's the same way. Like, if she sees me stressing her, like at a breaking point, she's like, Mom, is there anything I can do to help?
Sammy will clean the kitchen.
That's what I do.
When I want to clean it, I'll clean it. But if I'm asked to clean it, I'll also clean it. But I just don't want to as much.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have like the most amazing kids ever, because they pretty much clean the house every day.
If I know.
And Riley's just really good helping out with her little sister, especially with this online school. I work 8 to 5, so I can't do it. So she's been helping her.
So you're on 8 to 5 schedule already?
Yeah, that's when I'm scheduled. No, I'm kind of like Erica. Yeah. I get called a lot and have to go back in, and it's okay. I mean,
wouldn't change it for the world.
No, I get super frustrated sometimes, but I mean, I do love my job a lot. Yeah. It's a blessing.
And that's what I try to tell the women, and I try to share that. Like, I don't know how I do it every day besides God. You know what I mean? Like, I just push and push and push myself until I fall into bed at night. Like there's no other explanation, but as long as you keep pushing yourself, it'll get done.
God and coffee.
Yes. Girl, coffee at 9 p.m. And I'm still going strong. I'm like, oh gosh, but we're doing it. So Jayla starts school tomorrow, virtually 9 to 12. She
plus a little extra.
What's a little extra? Oh yeah, she's gonna do a Bible study too. I'm so grateful to have awesome friends who love Jesus just as much as we do. They're gonna also do a
Meiji.
Yeah, Meiji Barbosa. Shout out to her. She's gonna do a she bought all these other all this extra curriculum, Bible studies, Bible books. She's gonna do, I think she bought 2 different ones, 2 different sets of them.
She said she was going to order more so we can each have her in. So there's going to be Isaiah, Jada, and then me. And then we're each going to have our own, but she only ordered 2 because she didn't think Isaiah was going to.
So I'm very thankful for that. Like that when she told me that, it just blew my mind because I also beat myself up about that because me and Jayla used to do a Bible study, and now that I'm adjusting to this new job and trying to get back in my routine, we haven't been able to do that. You know what I mean? And that's definitely something I want to instill in her. And she's been doing it on like Zoom with her cousins. So maybe that's something you 3 can do too. Like a Bible study Zoom. She really enjoys it. She loves it.
We could do a Bible study live.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good.
As long as Sammy's not doing flips and screaming like she did the other day, we're good.
You was
Oh
flipping.
yeah, I was on the phone with Jayla, and I had a terrible day that day. I called her when I was bawling my eyes out.
Aww.
Yeah, she was like, "Can you help me calm down?" And I was just like, "Yes." He was like, "I don't want to talk right now. Just like call me right now."
I don't want to see my face.
Cry.
And then I got happy, and then I started flipping off my bed, and my fingers just bent backwards. I was doing a cartwheel off my bed, and then I started screaming bloody murder. My hands went like backwards, like all the way. I was trying to catch myself, and then I started screaming. I was like, "My fingers are broken."
That's something, aside from her doing the flips and hurting herself, that's something I've noticed her and Jayla and Riley, you'll have to find them on Facebook or get their numbers or something. Because her and Jayla, I've noticed when Sammy has a bad day or she's got something on her mind, she don't necessarily want to talk to me about. She talks to Jayla. She'll call Jayla.
I tried to talk to my mom about it, and it didn't feel right. I was like, I don't know how to talk about this to my mom, so I just like texted Jayla real quick. I was reading my Bible, and then I just started texting Jayla.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
I texted her.
That's awesome though that you felt that comfortable in that moment. Like, I need to reach out to Jayla because now you're even learning that you can reach out, that it's okay to reach out.
Yeah, and then we started making Bitmojis of famous TikTokers.
It's just like, this is Charlie D'Amelio, and this is Addison Rae. And yeah, we were just.
Riley, are you like that on your phone?
Sometimes. I used to be really obsessed with TikTok, but I had to delete it because I got too addicted.
Oh, okay. So you have some self-discipline there.
She's like a 40-year-old in a 14-year-old body. Like, I did not do this. She has a timer on her phone, so it cuts off at a certain time at night and comes back on in the morning. She did it herself.
If I did that, I would just like reset the time every night.
Yeah.
Lori, you are so lucky because you never have to be a bad guy.
Right.
Like, you never have to be the bad guy.
I still have to be a bad guy.
Jayla always like, if I take the phone, it's like it's literally the end of the world.
Yes,
No, with Riley, if she gets in trouble, it's like I have to take like a book away from her or something. Not her phone. She could care less. if I took her time away. Like I would be mean and be like, "Oh, you've got 3 chapters left. Let me just have that book." I can't finish it.
My back is
That's
killing me.
awesome.
You know,
That's
One
awesome.
time.
I'd rather read a book.
Read a
That's it.
book.
Yeah.
Ah.
Heck yeah.
one time I was trying to finish this book that I was reading. Like, I wanted to finish it. I was in 2nd grade. It had like 300 pages. It was about these pilgrims or these Jews. And I was reading it, and then it was so cruel, kind of, but then it had a happy ending. I was reading it, and then my mom took my phone. It didn't faze me. Then she took my, whatever it was, I don't know.
Your tablet.
Yeah, that thing. And then she took away my book, and that ended it.
It's time to go to bed.
I was trying to read it, and I got so mad. I was like, "You took away my book!" I didn't like that.
Because that's like getting up, after it's already bedtime and saying, I'm thirsty. Can I have a drink of water? We know it's just like, we've played all those tricks that y'all got up y'all sleep.
I do that a lot. I'll be like, Mom, will you come to the bathroom with me?
But that overcompensating brain will say, what if they really are hungry? Then I'm going to feel guilty. Okay,
I
get up and get your
know.
food.
Yeah.
I just get up
I don't
and
want 'em
go
to go to bed
while
hungry.
everyone's asleep.
Yeah. Well, they get up and get their own food now, so I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. But
I do.
it's
I got over
it's the little things like that we really don't think about. That they say they're hungry. We know they're not, but subconsciously,
Yeah.
What if
it
we
becomes
are?
consciously. What if they really are hungry? I'm a bad mom if I make them go to bed hungry. Or what if they're really thirsty? You know there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with them. I'm sick. I don't feel good. Yeah, you're fine. Go to bed. Then when you go to bed, you're like, oh, what if something really was wrong? That overcompensation you have just because, well, before I wasn't the best parent that I should have been. So now I've got to think things really through and really make sure that they're maybe not hungry or they're maybe not sick or thirsty.
But what if they
I've always said that Satan will use mom guilt. Like, mom guilt is one of his best tricks for a mother. I feel like the mom guilt, that when you lay down, I feel like every mom has experienced this. You lay down at night and your mind just goes crazy about your day and your children. And I should have done this like this. I shouldn't have yelled at them like that. I should have punished them like this instead of how I did. Every single night. You know what I mean? Every single night.
That's where the hashtag get off me devil comes from.
Yes, girl.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, probably true.
Do you go to bed? Do any of you girls go to bed with any guilt?
Sometimes if I'm having a bad day and then one of my friends and I had a bad day together and I felt like I did something wrong and I was like, oh no, what if I lose my best friend? What is going to happen? She's going to hate me forever. Oh no. And then I'm just the next morning and I go to school and it's like nothing happened. I was like,
Sammy had a bad day the other day and she was being a little turd for, the best way to put it. And she came to everybody that was in the car when she was being hateful. And she's like, I'm sorry for being a little butt. I was just having a bad moment. I didn't mean it. So within a couple hours, she felt horrible and had to apologize
I
to
felt
everybody.
guilty. I just felt guilty about everything I'd done. And sometimes I don't notice things I do, but I do notice them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, listen.
I feel guilty.
Yeah. The enemy he's going to try to creep in any way he can, even in you guys, because that's really what he wants is the children. To be honest with you, he wants to go ahead and destroy your life while you're young. So he's going to try any crack and crevice that he can.
It ain't going to happen.
One of them. That's right, sister. Speak it into existence.
Yep.
Get off me.
Yep.
I have swimmer's ear from when we went to the lake. And
Ooh.
my ear is just
That's the worst.
Every time I open my mouth,
You're
my
bad.
mouth hurts.
Oh, so she's gonna have to stay up another hour.
Sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to go to bed, so I'm like, hold on, I gotta do this real quick. And then I'm on the game for like 2 more hours, and then she's like, that was real quick. And I was like, I just didn't want to go to bed. And then I was tired the next morning. I was like, okay, now I see why you told me to go to bed.
And cranky.
I wasn't cranky.
I'm an old lady. I like to go to bed early and wake up early.
Yeah.
I can't.
I like my sleep.
You really are an old soul, aren't you, Riley? She's already loving her naps.
I'll go to,
She inherited that.
I mean, I'll take naps throughout the day, and then I'll still be tired, and I'll go to bed early, and I'm something else. Can't help it. Love my sleep.
You know, it's weird. I kind of just think we're on the FaceTime call instead of like a live video. I don't know why.
We're even talking about crazy things.
I know. What was I going to say?
Yes, crazy things, but real things. This is, I guarantee you, plenty of other people have experience with everything that's talked about on here. So,
Yes.
What was I going to say?
And trying to overcompensate. I think one of my biggest things is I do try to overcompensate for their dad not being here. You know, and
you try to overcompensate for what?
we get right next to it. I said I feel like my biggest thing is I try to overcompensate for their dad not being here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
a big
know,
one.
and maybe let them get away with extra stuff or feel extra guilty when I don't do my best. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things, and trying to find the balance of, you know, dealing with that in the right way. Because like you said, I mean, if you overcompensate all the time and you just give them everything, you're not teaching them anything, and you're actually raising them up to be, you know, entitled.
Yeah.
I think you used that word earlier.
Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely can relate. I'm sure Erica can too. It's the way I try to deal with that is speaking God's truth. You know, mentally, like up here, you know, not necessarily like it coming out of my mouth. Sometimes it does have to come out of my mouth because I need to hear it, like hear myself say it. But a lot of times I just try to replay it in my mind. Like that's false guilt. That's false guilt. She's a daughter of the king. I'm a daughter of the king. Like just speaking God's truth over myself and her, and asking him to please be her heavenly father and give her everything that she's missing from her earthly father.
Mm-hmm.
So that the overcompensation won't even like affect her, because she'll still have that void filled with God and know that she has the best ultimate father. All three of you do.
That's right.
I remember one day Jayla posted on her Snapchat story of Rachel's sobriety date, or what was, I don't remember. And then I just had this like gut feeling. I was like, man, how great would it be if I could have one of those, you know?
Were you with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and that's when it all started, of me being a little butt that week. And then like me texting Jayla like at the end of the week, I need a meltdown, you know? I just needed a good cry. And I was just, all week I was thinking, I was like, I always wish that my dad could have seen me see my children grow up as his grandchildren and walk me down the aisle when I get married. And I just had those thoughts. And I called Jayla that day when I just started thinking about that. That's the day I called her.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to cry. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm about to cry.
I know, we're all about to cry. Come on, Sammy.
That's good stuff, Sammy.
the time Sammy thought she done broke her finger and started screaming bloody
Yeah,
murder.
that is exactly the day.
Wow. Thank you
Actually
for sharing
texted
that.
them.
That's, I struggle. Let me tell you something, Sammy. Like, you are one brave young lady. Like, to say that and not cry, not break down and cry.
Most did.
Wow, like the courage and the bravery. God is taking you places. God's taking all three of y'all places, man.
Her eyes are getting watering.
Seriously.
Sammy,
And
I really appreciated that, Sammy, because I think as a mom, sometimes I do this with my kids. I forget how hard it is for you all too sometimes, and how it is okay for you to be in a bad mood and have a bad day or even a bad week. It's okay for you to have that. And I do that with Riley a lot. I forget sometimes that her struggles are often harder than mine are. And so I appreciate you sharing that, because it kind of brings me back into focus that, hey, this is why you all are having a bad day. And maybe you just can't talk about it.
It's hard to talk about things with people who like.
The day that she's talking about in general, I said, What is wrong with you? What's going on? What's bothering you? Why are you acting this way? Come on, talk to me. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't want to tell me. It wasn't anything against me. I had an idea what it was. She just didn't want to talk to me. It wasn't a conversation she was ready to have. And actually, until just now, I didn't know what she talked to Jayla about. I thought they were just in there FaceTiming, being silly.
I was already crying before I
she-
started crying.
She does things that she does when she's struggling, and I know that, and I'll try to address it, but she doesn't always want to talk to me. It's not, I can't give her the answers that she's looking for, and nobody can. But to have somebody that,
I would always
like Jayla, that understands, or Riley understanding, she gets that, and like you being the mom, you said you played both roles. That's hard, but you can show your kids you can be strong and you can stand on your own 2 feet and be independent,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And you can show them those things, and they'll remember that for the rest of their life, and they won't depend on anybody else. They'll say, hey, if my mom can do it, so can I.
absolutely.
I know my mom can do it. She did it for like 3.5,
4
5,
years.
4, something years.
Yeah. Super women, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah. Superwoman.
No, even I've been praying for my dad since I was 12 years old, like asking the pastor. I remember that, my mom raised us up in church, and I would ask him, pray that my dad gets saved, pray that my dad gets saved, pray that my dad gets saved. And that was at 12 years old. And here I am 32, and he still calls me drunk. You know what I mean? I find it really hard to have hope for him, because in my mind, I'm like, he's just going to die that way. But like, it's so easy to have hope for other people, but for him, it's really hard to have hope for him. And I'm still working on that. I don't know why it's so hard for me to, I guess because I've seen it and just feel like I know him. But
you don't set your expectations very high when it comes to him, because you don't want to be let down.
Yeah.
I just realized something. It looks like I have no eyebrows. They're just blonde. Sorry.
Random.
You're beautiful. I see your eyebrows, girl. All right, we're at 10:02. I have no idea where Andrew is. He's probably out back watching us. Probably critiquing everything that I've done in here. Oh, she's not doing that right. Oh, she didn't post that. But I want to thank everybody. Yeah, I think we did great. Tonight. I'm proud of every single one of y'all. And we really do need to get together and go to the lake.
Sleepover time.
This weekend, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
We live right here at the lake.
Yeah.
We're just right by it.
So y'all just
I'll just tell Michael we're taking the boat.
Do y'all know how to drive a boat?
Nope.
We can figure it out. YouTube shows everything.
Look, if Andrew did it, we can definitely do it.
I'm not trusting Andrew to take us tubing yet because
If Chloe can drive a car, one of you three can drive a boat.
I cannot.
Well, we appreciate everybody on here. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if we're going to be back on here, but I'm sure Andrew will plan something. I enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing y'all. Makes me feel like we had a little visit with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Erica,
right.
Definitely so.
back with you two. And do you have Riley's number?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I was just telling my mom to add Lori on Facebook so I can get Riley's number.
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
Yeah, text it to me too. I didn't. I thought you got it at the event. Yeah, girl, we definitely got to get you up in this mix. You can teach these girls some things too. All right, y'all have a good night. We love everybody. T-Bass, love you. Stacey Hatton, everybody. Ready?
3,
2,
2, 1.
say bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.